The World Series here, Game 6. Sorry, let me get this set up. I wanted to make sure all the buttons were buttoned. Friday afternoon. Happy Halloween to everybody here. Hope you all have a safe time, and thank you for joining me here on this live for the World Series. We do still have about 7-8 minutes before first pitch, but we can go over the starting lineups for tonight. We got starting off with the Dodgers. We have Shohei Ohtani batting 1. We have Will Smith batting 2. Freddie Freeman's batting 3. Mookie Betts is batting 4. Toscar Hernandez is batting 5. Max Muncy is batting 6. Enrique Hernandez is batting 7. Tommy Edman is batting 8th. And Miguel Rojas is batting 9. Taking the mound tonight is Yamamoto. He was actually the pitcher that was in Game 2 for the Dodgers. On the Toronto side, we've got George Springer starting off. We got Nathan Lukes batting 2. We got Vlad Guerrero Jr. batting 3. Bo Bichette batting 4. Dalton Varsho batting, I don't know where am I at, 6? No, 5, sorry. Alejandro Kirk batting 6. Addison Barger batting 7. Ernie Clement batting 8th. And Andre Jimenez batting 9, with Kevin Gossman taking the mound for the Dodgers. He also was the pitcher in Game 2. This could be the last night. This could be the last night here. We got Toronto's up 3-2 on the series. Winner, first one to 4, takes the whole thing. I don't know. Part of me thinks I'm wrong about saying that the Dodgers are going to win, but we'll find out, right? It goes to Game 7. It could be anybody's game. But, yeah, no, here we go. Pretty excited. It will start probably in about, I don't really have a timer on it, little 2 dice, but I think first pitch should probably be in the next 4 or 5 minutes. They ain't even announced the lineups yet. I just looked it up so I could tell y'all. They have they're doing a video montage right now talking about how important Game 6 is. But yeah, thanks for joining a little 2 dice. Hopefully I can keep you informed about this game as you drive. Like I said, they're just doing video montages about, oh my goodness, it's the World Series. Hey, guess what? It's the World Series. Game 6 is important. Hey, what's going on, Gabs? How you doing? Thanks for joining. Thanks for everybody joining. Like and subscribe if you're new. I appreciate it. Yeah. Like I was saying, they're talking about the video montages about how important this game is and how it could be the last game for the season. Talking about the moments that happened in this series, the 18-inning game, the Ohtani loss, and yeah, they're just showing pictures of the Rogers Center right now. Are they taking the field? Yep, it looks like Toronto's taking the field. So we will be getting the first pitch shortly. I think it's like 3 minutes. They'll be doing first pitch. They're going through the lineups right now for the Dodgers, but we've already done that, so I won't go through that again. So who do you guys got? Who do you guys got for tonight? Bit of history. Dodgers are 0-7 in a series when they've trailed 3-2. So that might be that may be the that may be it right there. I don't know. Well, what do you think has a big night for the Dodgers? Well, obviously the Dodgers have the big night for the Dodgers is they have to win. There's no tomorrow if they don't win tonight. Um, Kevin Goosman, he's a strong pitcher for the Toronto Blue Jays. Um, they have to get to him early. They have to get to that bullpen. The bullpen's no joke neither, though. The bullpen for the Blue Jays is one of the best, definitely better than the two uh, between the two teams. Yeah, we got Ohtani stepping up to the plate here. We're gonna have the first pitch here in Game 6 of the World Series. Man, those folks in Toronto are fired up, man. They're fired up. I don't see anybody sitting down in them stands. Everybody's on their feet. Yeah, we got Ohtani coming to the plate. And here we go. First pitch on the way. Goosman starts him off with a curveball, splitter for strike one. Ohtani swung right over that thing. So we got an 0-1 count. What's going on, Juan David? How you doing? Thanks for stopping by. We got an 0-1 on the way. Another splitter gets him right out over it again. It's 0-2. Yeah, Ohtani, he's swinging right over it for sure. We got an 0-2 count. And looks like Ohtani took his time out. He might be a little bit fired up. Yeah. All right, 0-2 on the way. Another splitter. He was able to take that one. Yeah, that one was a little bit outside and low, but he took it for ball one. So it's 1-2 count. Goosman is one of those pitchers that's all he throws is splitters. I mean, 143 splitters in the postseason, has only got 2 hits off of them. So that's his bread and butter is those splitters. They look like fastballs, and then when he gets a fastball in there, it's just like it goes quick. Took another splitter for a ball, so the count's 2-2. 2-2 pitch on the way. Fastball up. Oh, Ohtani just barely got a piece of it and fouled it off. Yeah, you go from seeing an 89 splitter, and he throws up a 95-mile-an-hour fastball, and it completely changes your timing. It changes your eye level. Another splitter. He gets Ohtani swinging over it for a strikeout. That's out number 1 in Game 6. Yeah, come on. Let's go Chiefs, Juan David, for sure. Go Chiefs. He's got a huge game coming up for the Chiefs. Yeah, Ohtani, he swung that fastball that he saw the previous. He was way early on that pitch. All right, we got Smith coming up to the plate. The fastball starts him off with the little bouncer to third. They get it. It just dies right before it gets to the third base for a foul ball. That'll be strike 1. But Ohtani, man, he's been. I mean, Jesus Christ. I don't know about choking because he has done things in this World Series and in the playoffs that people haven't even heard of, let alone seen with their own eyes. He's doing MLB The Show numbers, and it's just crazy. So we're getting reset up here after guy ran the first on that little foul ball chopper to third. We got an 0-1 count. 1 out, nobody on. The 0-1's on the way. Oh, he bounced that slider. He threw him a slider that bounced way before the plate, that Smith took for ball one. All right, we got a 1-1 on the way. Another splitter that Smith swung right over it for strike two. We got a 1-2 count. Man, he's just making them look silly with that splitter. But you got to protect for that fastball because that thing will get up to you right now. But we got a 1-2 count on the way. He threw another splitter down in the dirt. He was able to take for ball two. Showing old Freddie Freeman on deck. It's 2-2 on the way, still one out, nobody on. Gooseman's 2-2 on the way. Splitter, oh, he just got ahead of it, and fouled it off into the stands. If this was an Anabana ball, the guy would have been out because one of the fans caught that line drive on a fly, but still 2-2. Splitter, oh, he got him again. So that's back-to-back strikeouts for Gooseman. Yeah, another splitter that they just can't seem to handle. So now there's two down in the first inning. I tell you what, they've got a camera on the helmet of the home plate umpire, and you see that splitter coming to you. It looks like a fastball, then all of a sudden it just dies. But we got Freddie Freeman coming up, two down. Starts the first pitch off with a fastball in that Freddie took for a ball. We got a 1-0 count. Yeah, so 1-0 on the way. Another fastball. Freddie was able to fight that off, fouled it off down the third base line. He's got a 20-game postseason on-base streak going on, the longest in franchise postseason history. So he's got quite the streak going on. 1-1 count on the way. Splitter swung over for strike number two. So it's a 1-2 count here to Freddie Freeman. Can Gausman strike out the side? 1-2 on the way. Splitter struck him out. 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts. Dodgers are heading to the field. That's Gooseman's got a hell of a break on his ball right now. It's just diving. He's feeling it. Dodgers are gonna have to figure something out, or it's gonna be a long night. It's going to be a long night. That's going to be a long flight back to LA. So, who you guys got tonight? Who you guys got tonight in the chat? Is it going to be the Blue Jays? Is it going to be the Dodgers? Who's winning this game? As soon as I become cool like Jimmy and Little Two Dice, I'll start putting up polls and whatnot. But shit, I guess I'm only like 3 weeks into doing live, so just know I need to get better. Sitting here on a commercial break, them trying to sell something about something. Again, happy Halloween to you folks, for those that celebrate. I decided I was not celebrating tonight. I am going to spend my time watching this ball game with y'all and doing this live. So that is where I am. You guys are my trick or treat tonight. All right, now they're going through the Blue Jays order. Again, we've already done that, so no need to go back over all that. You got George Springer coming up to the plate. I thought he was going to be getting in the box there, but he decided not to. Step back out. All right, here we go. He's getting set. You got Yamamoto getting set. First pitch of the night. That's a strike ball splitter. Right down the middle. 91 mile an hour splitter. Taken for a strike. All right, you got a 0-1 in. Coming on the way. Another splitter that, oh, dang. It almost put Springer on his tail there. He almost fell right over swinging over that pitch. Yamamoto's got 2 complete games in the last 2 starts here in the postseason. He's killing it. Yeah, he really is just been an awesome pitcher for these Dodgers. For them to be able to go complete games in a 7-game series is just huge. All right, 1-2 pitch on the way. Yamamoto. Oh, Springer just got a little bit of that splitter where he was able to foul it off and save himself. But man, that's almost the second time Springer sat down on his pocket because his feet almost went from underneath of him. 1-2 on the way. Inside, they checked to see if he swung on it. He was able to hold his swing. He wanted that one, but he held up. 2-2 count. All right, 2-2 on the way. Another splitter. Springer hits it foul. So to stay alive here with the 2-2 count. Man, this might be one heck of a pitching matchup tonight here for Game 6. Yamamoto's another curveball, but he was able to hit it to Betts, shortstop. He gets it over across the diamond to first base for the first out. Got a ground out to Betts, over to first for the first out. Like I was saying, this might be a pretty good pitching matchup here tonight. Gooseman seemed to have his stuff going. Yamamoto has been just killing it so far in this postseason, so he's looking pretty good, especially after that first batter. He starts Luke's off with the fastball in the zone that was taken for strike 1. Got a 0-1 count on the way. Splitter. He just gets it over to third, and the third baseman misses it. He might need to check his glove for a hole because it went right underneath of it, into the right field, and so what was his name? Yeah, he's trying to throw the ball before he could even. Muncy was trying to throw the ball before he even got to it. So the official score did score it a hit, not an error. So now we got Vlad Guerrero Jr. coming up with 1 out, guy on first. Heck yeah, Gabs, thanks. Let me do like you taught me, and I'll pin that. Oh, looks like I missed a pitch there. It looked like a fastball in that Vlad Guerrero Jr. took for a ball. 1-1 count. 1-1 on the way. Another splitter, a curveball that hit the Muncy. Second for one. Back to first for a double play. Muncy turned it around for himself. So there we go. End of one. The game's tied 0-0. 0-0. It was kind of a long week this week. I'm glad it's Friday, man. Ready had a pretty easy week. Even had a day where I got to go to a conference and uh, got paid, but didn't really have to work. But it just made the other 4 days of the week that much more difficult because I had to get 5 days worth of work done in 4 days. So yeah. Some of these commercials are crazy. Yeah. Yeah, I see some of you guys in there. You guys got any thoughts on the game? Appreciate you guys stopping by for sure. Yeah, you guys got anything you want to talk about? You want to talk about the game tonight? You want to talk about football coming up this Sunday? I'm uh I'm here. Uh, More interactive this whole thing is, a lot less. So you got to sit here and just listen to me mumble and sit here and talk. So all right, Gooseman, first player in team history to strike out the side in order in the first inning in a World Series game. Wow, that's actually kind of cool. Gooseman starts it off with a four-seam fastball to Mookie Betts. Mookie fouls it down the baseline for foul ball, strike one. 0-1's the count. Gooseman pitch on the way, splitter. Mookie swung right over it. Man, that splitter is just nasty. I see why he's only gotten 2 hits off that thing ever since for this postseason. All right, 0-2 on the way. Another splitter. Mookie fouls it back, or fouls it on the third baseline. Staying alive with an 0-2 count. All right, 0-2 getting ready to get gone. It's on the way. Fastball up, and he takes it for ball one. Takes it for ball one. So 1-2 count. Probably trying to change his eye level, trying to change his speed. Waste a pitch. 1-2 on the way. I'd say he's going to come back with the splitter. Didn't he? Came back with another fastball that Mookie fouled it. I'm talking about how Mookie's been not quite hitting the same in this postseason. All right, you got a splitter that he gets over to third base, gets it across. Clement gets it across to Vlad Guerrero Jr. for out number 1. Yeah, they're talking about how since the World Series started, Mookie Betts has been getting more of a higher angle on his hits this postseason than regular season. He had a more of a line drive it hit. Now it's more of a pop up. You got Hernandez coming up to the plate. They started him off with a fastball that he swings right past, and for strike number 1. Yeah. Sorry, y'all. Let me go turn on the light here real quick. It's getting starting to get dark around here. All right, another splitter that he fouls it straight back. For now, it's 0-2. Yeah, 0-2 count. 1 out. Nobody on. 0-2 on the way. Oh, another splitter that he swung right over it. That's the second out of the inning. Man, that splitter is just gross, man. They better figure this out with the quickness. All right, you got Eddie Muncy coming up to the plate. 2 down, nobody on. First pitch on the way, fastball down in the zone for called strike 1. Muncy hasn't had a very good World Series yet. You got an 0-1 count. Splitter down. Took it for a ball. So now it's a 1-1 count. Muncy does have pretty good history against Kevin Goosman. He must see that splitter pretty good. So yeah, he's got some good history with them. Splitter outside of the zone that Muncy swung on and missed for strike 2. Yeah, 1-2 count. Top of the second, 2 outs. Splitter that he bounces up there to the plate. It's a 2-2 count. So top of the second, 2 outs, 2-2 count. Scores tied 0-0. You got Muncy up here at the plate. Muncy's about ready for the 2-2 pitch on the way. Fastball. Muncy was able to hit that right off of his hands and get it fouled off down the third baseline out of play to stay alive with this 2-2 count. Of course, pitchers pitching awesome, so they have to show the pitching coach. 2-2 on the way, splitter down. Once he was able to take it for 3-2 count. Yeah, they're showing Walker, the pitching coach for the Blue Jays. 3-2 on the way. Oh, struck him out on a splitter. Muncy had to go down to a knee to try to get at that one, and he was just way over it and way ahead. So there's the third out for this inning. Still got a score 0-0, mid to the middle of the second. Toronto's on their way up. Let's see. Just waiting on some commercials to get through here. Anybody out there trick or treating? You got plans for tonight? Again, who you got in this game? Who do you think's who's gonna win this weekend? Chiefs or the Bills? I think you kind of know where I think. I tell you, all these food commercials that they show on these games, they make the food look so good, but you know that it's just not. That'll be another good game tomorrow, Sunday morning. The Vikings and the Lions. That should be a pretty good game. All right, we got Yamamoto out there. Start off the inning against Prachette. Yamamoto throws a fastball in the zone for a called strike one. Yamamoto's 1-1 on the way. Fastball taken down for ball one, so 1-1 count. So what I really kind of like about this Yamamoto is that he's quick. I mean, he does not mess around. He gets the ball, pitches it, throws a cutter up there on the 1-1, and Prachette's taking it for a strike. 1-2 count. Pretty much hits him with a slider that just bottom drops it right out of it for a strikeout. So that'll be the first out of this inning. Yeah, strikeout for the first hitter. And then we got Dalton Varsho coming up. He gets started off with the curveball that he takes for ball one. 1-0. Yeah, Yamamoto, that's quick. He's not messing around. Throws a splitter. And Varsho swings right over the pitch for strike one. So 1-1 count. Evens the count at 1-1. 1-1 on the way. Fastball down that he takes for a ball. It'll be 2-1. Yamamoto's on the way. Varsho pops it up. Foul ball out of play. Evens the count at 2-2. That's a pretty good one. I'll tell you after this next pitch here. 2-2 on the way. Fastball up, pops it right up to Mookie Betts, right? I mean, 2 steps in front of where he was playing it for out number 2. I guess Yamamoto pitched Game 6 of the Japanese World Series last year, and his team was also down 3-2. I don't know if they won it or not. They didn't go that far into it. They may have talking about it, but that's pretty good when he's doing it 2 years in a row. All right, we got Alejandro Kirk coming up to the plate. He gets started off with a curveball for a strike, taken for a strike, 0-1 count. Yamamoto pitch on the way, fastball inside that he was took for a ball, counts 1-1. Alejandro Kirk's got tied a record with the Big Dumper and Cal Ripken Jr. Or not Cal Ripken, I'm sorry. I forget who the third person was. For the most home runs in a postseason by a catcher, he's got 5. 2-1 on the way. Cutter that did not hit the zone. Taking it for 3-1. Start talking about Yamamoto and it gets a little wild. 3-1 count. 2 down, 3-1 on the way. Fastball right down the center. Kurt was taken the whole way. That counts now 3-2. Barzer's on deck. Yamamoto 3-2 on the way. Cutter up in the zone. Kirk hits it mile high. Center field over to make the play for the 3rd out. So at the end of 2, we got a tie game at 0-0-0. 3rd inning coming up. No, that's a good one. That both those guys set those records this off season for, I don't know. Part of that, it's impressive, right? It's impressive to say at any position you've hit the most home runs in a postseason. But part of me is kind of like, one of those made up stats that's like, oh, well, he has hit the most home runs using a 28-inch bat when the weather is 40 degrees and or in a dome. It's just like, we don't need to make stats just to make stats, right? We don't need to just say stuff to say stuff. Well, here I am talking to the Ethernet, and I'm talking about saying stuff just to say stuff. That's kind of a oxymoron, but pot calling the kettle black, I guess. But no, there's no reason just to have a stat, just to have a stat. What's the point? You can have the, like I said, it is impressive to have a stat of, most home runs by a catcher, but why not have most home runs by a player, any position player? You're going to have most home runs by a pitcher too? Well, the pitchers don't hit no more, so those stats are going to be all time. I mean, what does that look like? You know what I mean? Is now the all-time leader going to just be all-time because it never will go away because their pitchers don't hit anymore? It's just something that's kind of crazy. Now there's my rant of the day. Waiting for this dang commercials to end. Yeah, thanks for you guys showing up here and listening to me talk about baseball. Like Gab says, please like and subscribe. I appreciate it. All right, we got Kiki Hernandez coming up here to the plate. Start off the top of the third. Gooseman starts off his pitch with a. Oh, it wasn't a cutter. It was a slider this time. But Kiki was able to hold off for ball one. 1-0 count. One and no count. He gets a splitter in there for a strike. 1-1. Okay. Yeah, I'll go. Normally just drink water, but it's Friday night. I can go with the hard stuff tonight. Hard stuff being Pepsi. Oh, I missed what that pitch was, but it was taken for a strike. We got a 1-2 count on the way. He bounced up a splitter to the plate, taken for a ball. 2-2. All right, 2-2 on the way. Yeah, guys. Oh, that was a bad call. He got him. Gooseman threw a slider that looked outside to me, and they called it. They called it for a strike. Hell, this got to be his fifth or sixth strikeout for the night. Maybe the umpire is just ready for this stuff to be done. All right, we got Edman coming up to the plate, and he hits the ball that goes right down the first baseman line. He's digging for second. Yeah, it looks like he's going to have him a stand-up double. 1 out. He took that first pitch and just hammered it right down the first base line. Hits it all the way to the wall to just have a stand-up double. Oh, man. Vlad was just about, I mean, he had the ups for it. It just was about a half a second too late getting his glove up there. You got Rojas up to the plate. He's 0 for 2 in this World Series. Gooseman starts him off, I know, with a shocker, but he starts him off with a splitter. Rojas swung right over that. 0-1 count. Another splitter. This time it was too low for him to offer at. He takes it for a ball. Evens up the count at 1-1. We got 1 on in second, 1 out, 1-1 count to Rojas. Fastball way up and in, but he was able to get his bat on it. I think that was more of a protect your face swing, because, yeah, if he wouldn't have swung, that would have nailed him right in the chin. But hit his bat, foul ball, 1-2. Gooseman with a splitter, held up. Took it for ball 2. Evens up the count at 2-2. You got Ohtani on deck. Rojas needs to do something to protect Ohtani, because if he doesn't get on, they're going to just walk Ohtani. And struck him out. Fastball right on the bottom part of the strike zone, right at the plate. I mean, a perfect placement of a pitch. Just sat there. Well, now look at it again. I mean, live it looked like a strike, but replay shows that it might have been a little low. It's almost like you know the future. So since now there's 2 outs, they intentionally walk Ohtani. So now there's 2 on, first and second, 2 out. And you got Will Smith coming up to the plate. Dodgers really haven't done anything in this postseason with runners in scoring position. They're 0 for 15 so far in this series. During the regular season, they were batting around 300 with runners in scoring position, and in this postseason, they're only hitting about $150. Probably is why they're not doing anything. Smith just hammers that ball. Is it gone? No. Fair ball down the third baseline. Edman scores. Ohtani standing at third. Smith is standing on second. 2 out double. Second and third. The Dodgers take a 1-0 lead here in what is it? The third. Bottom of the third. No, it might be the top of the fourth. I don't know what inning it is. All I know is that Dodgers are up 1-0. Top of the third. Still 2 outs. Freddie Freeman up to deck at the plate, swinging at the first pitch here, and he fouls it off down the third baseline for strike 1. Oh, they said that Will Smith was on second on the screen here, but he's actually standing on. No, he is on second. Sorry, it kind of looked like he was standing on first when he was taking his lead. Actually, out of anybody for the Dodgers with runners in scoring position that's been hitting in this postseason, it has been Smith. He's 4 for 6 with runners in scoring position. Everybody else is 0 for. He is the only one getting hits with runners in scoring position. You got Freddie Freeman taking a fastball inside for a 2-1 count. You got Betts on deck. If Freddie can get on to extend this inning. All right, 2-1 on the way. Ball down, splitter. Bounced at the plate. Catcher did a good job of stopping that pitch with Ohtani on third. But now it's a 3-1 count. On the way. Another splitter. Oh, they wanted to swing on it. They called it down. So that will be ball 4. Bases are loaded. I don't know what the pitching coach is going out to say, but they got Walker heading out to the mound. Dodgers are 0 for the last 13 with the bases loaded this postseason. Have had the bases loaded 13 times and have not gotten a hit. So they wonder if they'll break through right now. Yeah, wonder if they will break through right now. Two outs, bases loaded. Mookie Betts up to the plate. Mookie needs to do something if he wants to try to save this series here, because he really has had a terrible series. As a matter of fact, he's 0 for 1 for tonight. All right, we starts it off with a slider that he takes way outside. Way outside for ball 1. Mookie does have 7 Grand Slams in his career. Splitter, taken for a strike. He wanted to swing, but he held up on it, but it did catch the bottom of the zone there for strike 1. Counts 1-1. 2 outs, bases loaded. Top of the 3rd inning. Gooseman with a 1-1 on the way. A fastball blows right past Mookie. He had that splitter swing, and it was a dead red fastball. Swung right underneath of it for strike 2. 1-2 count. Another fastball up in the zone this time. Mookie was able to catch up to it to follow it off to stay alive with a 1-2 count. All right, 1-2 on the way. Fastball. Mookie gets it through the hole between 3rd and short. Ohtani's in to score. Play at the plate. Smith slides in. Mookie just got him a 2 RBI hit, single. Now it's 3-2 Dodgers. Yeah, he gets that perfectly placed right in between 3rd base and short, and nobody was getting it. So now we're ended up 3-run inning for the Dodgers. Still got runners in scoring position. Second and first with 2 out. We got Hernandez coming up to the plate. He's 0 for 1 for tonight. They start him off with a pitch. It was there's like a splitter that he check swing, but he got a hold of it a little bit and it bounced it foul for strike number 1. All right, 0-1 on the way. Another splitter that he swings right over the top of it. 0-2 count. And Hernandez here has been, he's hit a home run in this series. Yamamoto's in the bullpen just saying, thank you for the runs, thank you for the runs. And Hernandez swings way over that big curveball for a strikeout, but Dodgers score 3 in the top of the 3rd. And they hold a 3-0 score going to the bottom of the 3rd. Man, that was a pretty good inning for the Dodgers. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, y'all. Appreciate you coming on, listening to me talk baseball. I don't have to only be the one talking on this time again. You guys want to drop some topics in the chat? We'll talk whatever y'all want to talk about, especially in these commercial breaks, because same damn commercials we've seen for this whole World Series. So Hey, thanks, Mona. Love my life. Thanks for liking and sharing. I appreciate you stopping by. And so you don't hear other than me drinking the hard stuff tonight. I broke out the Pepsi. Dodgers are winning 3-0. They just scored 3 runs here in the top of the third. But Blue Jays have a chance to answer. Your favorite pitcher's pitching tonight. Yamamoto for the Dodgers. Yamamoto starts it off with a splitter that they call low for ball one. You got Addison Berger coming up to the plate. You got a fastball that hits the bottom of the zone for strike one. Yamamoto 1-1 on the way. Another cutter that he takes for strike 1-2. Yeah. Yamamoto's pitching. 1-2 on the way. Curveball fouled down the first base line. It's almost like you want to go do something Saturday instead of having me watch the Game 7 of the World Series. All right, 1-2 on the way. Fastball again. Oh, that's a fair ball. You got Barger. It goes off the wall. Kiki can't handle it properly. There he's standing on second. They might need to look at that hit. I thought that was a foul ball. No, that was a fair ball. No, that was a good call by the Blue. Hits right, pretty much right in front of him, and then bounces off that short wall in the outfield, where he was able to get to second. Yamamoto starts Clement off with a slider that he gets in for strike one. 0-1 count. On one on the way. Yamamoto throws a curveball that Clement fouls off. Ernie Clement this postseason had a 391 average, 25 hits, 12 runs, and a 928 OPS. 11-game hitting streak, second longest hitting streak in franchise postseason history. Clement just hit that splitter, or swung over that splitter for a strikeout for the first out in the third inning. Yeah, this is like the battle of the splitters. All right, now we got Jimenez coming up to the plate. Yamamoto starts him off with a curveball high for ball one. Counts 1-0. Pitch, splitter, down. 2-0 to Yanez. Two and 0 on the way. Fastball. Oh, I'm sorry, splitter. Swung over and missed for the first strike. Counts 2-1. Springer's on deck. pitch on the way. Fastball way high. 3-1. Three and one pitch on the way. Splitter swung right over the top of it. Now makes it a full count, 3-2. Another strikeout here would be huge for Yamamoto, pitching around this leadoff double. And he does not. That ball bounces right to second base, gets up, throws it to Freeman at first for the second out. But on the play, Berger goes to third. So we got 2 outs. Berger on third. Springer coming up to the plate. Yamamoto starting him off with the splitter inside. Take it for ball 1. Springer is 0 for 1 for the night with the strikeout. Started this game off with a strikeout, excuse me. 1-0 count. Pitch on the way. Another splitter down. 2-0. Yamamoto is kind of on the struggle bus here in this third inning. Oh, curveball. Springer was able to hold up his swing. He wanted to swing on that. So held up his swing. Ball 3. Ooh, I don't know about all that. That may have looked like a swing to the likes of me. All right, 3-0. Count. Get me over fastball that Springer takes all the way to center field. It kind of hits the gap, gets it in before it hits the wall, leads to a long signal. But Toronto does score a run on that. That opening leadoff double comes around to score. It makes it a 3-1 game. I don't know why. Oh, he looks like he might be. I thought I did see a report that Springer kind of nursing some pains, and bit hurt. When he hit it to the gap like that, I thought he would have been at second, but you can see the pain in his face running to first base. He is the DH tonight. He's actually not even out in the field. You got Luke's coming up. They didn't change it. They changed his hit to an error, so reached on the air in the first inning. Touched him off with a curveball, swings and miss, and then another splitter, and that's a fly out to left field. So the Blue Jays was able to get 1 run back. They now are trailing 3-1. 3-1 here at the end of 3. Sorry, I saw a movie preview that looked pretty good. Oh, it's The Running Man. A lot of gunfire, explosions, blow stuff up and drive cars. Yeah, you know it's advertisement when they can make DQ look like it's good. Yeah, it's got some commercials going on here. Selling some hex clad pots. I've been looking at those things. They look kind of cool, but I don't know. I just can't see myself bringing myself to spend that much on pots and pans. All right, here we go. Start the top of the fourth. Muncy's up to the plate. Ghostman starts off with a pitch with a curve ball. Oh no, I should have known it was a splitter, not a curve ball. Starts him off with a splitter. Muncy swings right over it. Well, you know, they've been showing a lot of stats that show that the Dodgers can't win after with all this whatnot. And Dodgers score 3 runs, and now they're talking about, well, Dave Roberts is 13-7 facing elimination games. So we told you, you know what I mean? They're covering both sides of that coin. Well, we told you Dodgers haven't won haven't won a series 3-2, and told you. Now, but we told you. We told you. Dave Roberts is the man when it comes to elimination games. It kind of gets back to my rant earlier. You make stats sound however you want. The math's gonna math, but it doesn't really matter. You actually listen to what the hell they're saying. Oh, too busy crashing out over here. I have no clue what happened, but there's 2 outs. Edmonds coming up to the plate. That last one I saw, it bounced to second, but I didn't see what Muncy did on the first pitch or the first at bat. Edmonds up to the plate, splitter, 83 miles right in the middle, taken for strike 1. One on the way, another splitter, taken outside this time, evens up the count at 1-1. On the way, 2 outs, nobody on. Fastball, upper part of the zone, swings right underneath it for strike 2. Counts 1-2 to Edman. Both these pitchers are just dealing. It's a pretty good one. 1-2, splitter bounces up to the plate for taken for ball 2. 2-2. Gooseman getting set. 2-2 on the way. Fastball. Edman gets a piece of it, fouls it right back behind the screen. Save it. Do 2-2 again. That's going to be a pretty good game. Talking about some college football. K-State versus Texas Tech. All right, fastball up and in. Edman pops it up into the infield, and Clement catches it third. 1-2-3 inning here for the Blue Jays. You get Vlad Guerrero coming up to the plate. Alrighty. I'll be right back, guys. I gotta go make sure that all the lights are off, and that way people don't come knocking at the door while I'm trying to watch this game and live stream it. So I'll be right back. All right, all the lights are off. You guys got me, no interruptions. We're still on a commercial break. Showing some of the folks' kids' Halloween uniform. Got some Ninja Turtles, some firefighters, some monkeys, some Grokus, so even some showing a picture of Vlad Guerrero Jr. when his dad played for the Expos. First pitch from Yamamoto, cutter, in there for a strike. That would look like a pretty close pitch. That umpire's got him a pretty good strike zone tonight. 0-1 on the way. Inside. Sinker is able to hold off for ball one. Even up the count at 1-1. All right. 1-1 on the way. Splitter swings right over the top of that for strike two. Counts now 1-2 to Vlad Guerrero Jr. 1-2 on the way from Yamamoto. Strike called on the inside part of the plate. Low. Vlad has a few words for the home plate umpire, but that's the first out of this inning. That was paint. That was paint. Vlad Guerrero, you shouldn't have said nothing. That was a perfect pitch. Way too close to be taken. Brichette's up to the plate. That one was too low, and he swung right over that curveball for strike one. Yeah, Vlad Guerrero complaining about it being low. That was way too close to be taken. 0-1 on the way. Fastball outside. Taken for to even up the count at 1-1. Yamamoto's 1-1 on the way to Bichette. Fastball up in the line drive to the right field, or to left field, excuse me. He gets it in, holds him to a single. Well, that's a one-out single by Bichette. Toronto's got one on, one out. Who's up to the plate? Oh, I got Ohtani warming up in the cage, hoping everything's okay with him. Oh, we got Varsho up to the plate. He takes a cutter, takes a hack at it, fouls it down the first baseline. Varsho is 0 for 1 tonight, and he popped up in the second. Oh, 1 on the way. Another cutter, see if he can take at it. He holds up on that one to take it for a ball. Evens up the count at 1-1. Yeah, they're showing here that Yamamoto's ERA is 1 for the World Series. Everybody else is 6.45. He has definitely been the star for the Dodgers pitching staff. There was a splitter, swung and over and miss to get the count to 1-2. 1 down, 1 out. 1-2 on his way to the show. And that's a little bouncer to second. Turns to second, throws to second, gets it back to first. Double play. That ends the 4th inning. That gets around that 1 out single. Rojas to Mookie to Freeman. Double play. And that ends the 4th with the Dodgers still leading 3-1 over the Toronto Blue Jays. Well, that's they showed the commercial, so I'll do my PSA of the day. Voting's coming up on Tuesday. Make sure you go out and get your voice heard. Must be local ad insertion time. They're doing a couple of ads here for up this parts. Yeah. Yeah, that's, I guess that's, oh yeah, I'm on your live, huh? That's cool. Oh, that's cool. Appreciate you stopping back by, Gabs. I know you're so busy with Halloween and no, I didn't see Easy Money show up. What's going on with him? Hopefully he's doing all right in his newly engaged life. All right, we got Rojas up to the plate. Four-seam fastball taken high for ball one. What's up, little two dice? Uh, well, so far, yeah, the Dodgers are taking this one. So far, the Dodgers are taking this one up 3-1. All right, Rojas fly real high to right field. Berger brings it in for the first out of this inning. Then you got the man coming up, Shohei Ohtani. He was in the batter's box. Or he was in the cage trying to figure something out while he was in there. Never really ever noticed somebody practices in the middle of the damn game. First pitch to him on the way. Fastball right down the middle, taken for strike one. 0-1 count. All right. 0-1 on the way. Splitter taken low. Evens up the count at 1-1. Yeah, Gabs, them damn Dodgers are up right now 3-1. 1-1 on the way to Ohtani. Another splitter that he was getting over for a strike. Low part of the zone. Counts 1-2 to Ohtani. 1 out. Ohtani takes him a timeout to fix his leg brace. 1-2 on the way. Splitter way outside. Evens up the count at 2-2. Gotta send a text message so they can go to sleep instead. Oh yeah, you're gonna send a to Toronto just to get ready for tomorrow. Ohtani high fly ball, just gets to the fall, just gets foul on the third base side. Talking about how Ohtani's the only person doing anything on this for the Dodgers for this World Series. All right, we got a 2-2 count again. 2-2 on the way. Splitter way low. Taken for ball three. We got a full count, 3-2 to Ohtani. Three, two. Oh, Ohtani fouls that ball right off of his leg. Yeah, he walking around a little bit, trying to walk that stinger off. All right, 3-2 again. On the way. Another splitter fouls off first base side. Tawny's just battling on this one. Yeah, talking about the last time anybody repeated as World Series champions back in 98 to 2000s, the Yankees did it. The last National League team to do it was the Reds in the 70s. Johnny Bench, Pete Rose, those teams. Ohtani takes that splitter and hits it up the first baseline. Fair ball, right to Vlad Guerrero Jr. Takes it to the bag himself for the second out of this inning. We got Will Smith coming up to bat. One and two on the way. Fastball. Ooh, that looked like a strike to me, but it looks like they called it a ball. 1-0 count to Smith. All right, Gooseman's 1-0 on the way. Slider. Oh, I don't know where either one of those pitches missed, but I guess he called it a ball. 2-0. Yeah, 2-0. Another slider, a little bit higher up in the zone. Smith hits it out to the left fielder. He catches it 2 steps in front of the warning track for the third out in this inning, going to the middle of the fifth. Yeah, little two dice, you still there? Who's OU play this week? If I remember correctly, they got a pretty good game coming up. Let me see here. I'm gonna be able to do something. This one up. All right, here we are, bottom of the fifth. They're heading off, and Toronto's coming up to the plate. Pitch by Yamamoto. In there for strike one. Got Alejandro Kirk up to the plate. Yamamoto throws him a curveball. That was a foul ball up the third baseline. 1-2. You got another curveball that Kirk hit foul. 1-2. Staying alive at 1-2, Alejandro Kirk. 0 for 1 tonight with the fly out in the second inning. Curveball way outside. Two and two. Kirk just took that fastball up the first baseline, foul. Still 2-2. Two and two on the way. Another sinker that he fouls it off. Just fighting off pitch after pitch after pitch is Kirk. Still 2-2. Two and two on the way. Bounce it foul right behind the plate. Still 2-2. Shit, it's got to be like the 6th or 7th pitch of the at bat. Yeah, they got him on a way inside pitch. Caught him swinging. He struck him out with a first out here in the 6th. All right, we got Berger coming up to the plate. Yamamoto starts him over the fastball outside, ball 1, counts 1-0. Another fastball outside, 2-0. Yamamoto's trying to get Berger to chase. Two and 0 fastball on the outside, gets it over for a strike. Gets the count to 2-1. Two and one on the way. Curveball outside for a ball. It's 3-1 now to Berger. Fastball. Berger's not even taking the bat off his shoulder. Now the fastball in for a strike. Counts 3-2. They're already getting their bullpen up and running. Varland for Blue Jays are up in the bullpen. 3-2 on the way. Fastball. It's like Berger just sitting there window shopping because he did not take the ball off of his shoulder in that hole at bat. Like he was trying to get a walk. You cannot sit there, ball that close to just take it. And you got Clement. Oh, it ate Betts up. Betts had him a little ground ball to the left of him, and he just completely missed it. Yeah, they say it's a hit, but I don't think it's going to be a hit. I think it's going to be an error. Kind of like the one they had earlier in with uh, with the third baseman. All right. Yanez takes the first fastball and hits it right into center field. Edmonds got it there for the third out here. All right, at the end of 5, it's 3-1 Dodgers. What's up, little Two Dice? No, I think the Dodgers got this game. Yeah, I think the Dodgers got this game. Yeah. Yeah, breaking out the hard stuff tonight. I'm drinking Pepsi. Normally I drink water, but okay, it's Friday night and it's Halloween, so broke out the hard stuff. And just hear damn commercials. Yeah, I really think the Dodgers are going to take this one. That Yamamoto, he's pitching his ass off. That's a good one. I don't know if they're on different teams or in the same booth, but you got a father-son calling this game. Yeah. I turned off all my lights so people wouldn't know I'm here, and I don't want them come knocking at my door for candy. I keep all my candy to myself. All right, Gooseman starts Freeman off with a fastball in the zone for strike 1. 0-1. Gooseman another fastball, but he's in on the hands. Freeman pops it up to the shortstop there in left field. You got Mookie Betts coming up to the plate. Showing his 3 at-bats. Pop up, strike out, and then got that RBI single in the third. 2 RBI single in the third. Gooseman starts on with a fastball. I thought it was low, but they called it for a strike. 0-1. Hell, that's his only 2 RBIs for this whole series, is them 2 runs he just got couple innings back. Slider outside, taken for ball one. Evens up the count at 1-1. All right, 1-1 on the way. Little bounce. Oh, I thought Kurt was slick about it and grabbed that ball right before it went foul. Bounce it at the plate. But they called it foul, a foul ball. Oh, dang. They got a, looks like a big stadium watching the game in L.A. Looks like in a movie theater. All right, Betts takes that fastball up the middle. Got it by the shortstop over the first for the second out of the inning. All right, you got 2 down in this inning for the Dodgers. And 2 down, first pitch on the way. It's a splitter. They got over for a strike. 0-1 count. All right, 0-1 on the way. There's a slider that bounced way in front of the zone. Taken for ball one. Evens up the count at 1-1. Dodgers still up 3-1. Here in the 6th. Looking to add on, but they got 2 down. Nobody on. 1-1 on the way. Fastball. Swung on and missed by Hernandez. That makes the count 1-2. Guzman trying to get out of this inning. He's already up to 91 pitches so far in this game. 1-2 on the way. A slider outside, taken for a ball. Evens up the count at 2-2. Yeah, Guzman's already at 92 pitches in this game. They're 6th inning. This might be his last inning. They might try to stretch him out one more inning, but we will see. All right, 2-2 on the way. Little curveball right to the shortstop. Gets it over to first for the final out of the inning. All right, middle of the 6th. Dodgers are still up 3-1. It's only a 2-run game, but they got to get Yamamoto out of this game before they, so they can start scoring some runs. Yamamoto's going to end up looking like Madison Bumgarner did against the Royals in the World Series. 2 complete games. Who knows? He might even come in. He almost came in that 18-inning game. If the Dodgers were to come back and win this, he might get the MVP over Ohtani. Alrighty. These commercials are getting brutal. Same old dang commercials. All right, 3-1. Starting it off, looks like it was Springer with the first pitch, just bouncing it right to Betts. Betts gets it over to Friedman for the first out. One pitch, one out. Yeah, see, they were talking. Gooseman's got 94 pitches already so far through 6 innings. Yamamoto's already only got 76 starting this inning out. So I see him getting a couple more innings. And if he does that, he might get the complete game again. Oh. Wonder if there's somebody jumped out on the field or something. Either someone jumped out on the field or their beach ball or something got thrown on the field. Everybody just standing there looking around, showing some famous people in the crowd. Yeah. Some Hall of Famers that are there. There's a few more famous people here in Toronto than there was in LA. Yamamoto trying to stay warm. There's some warm-up pitches where they do whatever the hell they're trying to do. College football going on tomorrow. You got Penn State versus number 1 Ohio State, and number 13 Texas Tech taking on K-State. All right, we're back to baseball here. Yamamoto taking that first pitch to Lukes, bounces the curveball up there that he takes for a ball. 1-0. Lukes is 0 for 2 for tonight, but he did reach on that error in the first. To the third baseman. Curveball in for a strike that time. Evens up the count at 1-1. One and one on the way. Fastball low and outside. Gets the count at 2-1. Hits that splitter foul, gets the count to 2-2. 2-2 pitch on the way. Yamamoto, fastball down. They called it a splitter down, but it didn't have too much of a break. But splitter down, 3-2. Full count, 3-2. 3-2 on the way for Yamamoto. Fastball. Oh, way high. Hit high in the center field. Edmonds in there to get the second out of the inning. You got Vlad Guerrero Jr. coming up. He's they're putting him up there with some of the best postseason hitters in MLB history for this series. I don't remember him really doing that much, but yeah, he's got great numbers. I just really haven't seen it. Hey, what's going on, Priscilla? Hey, Sands, how you doing? Thanks for joining. We got a 3-1 Dodgers lead in the bottom of the 6th. Thanks for stopping by. Oh yeah, they did take out Gooseman. Toronto did. So there'll be a new pitcher coming up in the 7th inning. Vlad Guerrero Jr. pokes that out in the right field, gets all the way to the wall, past the left fielder. He had one hand on that ball, and it went all the way to the fence for a 2-out double for Vlad Guerrero Jr. Yeah, he barely was able to reach out and get that ball, but man, he's so strong. He was able to hit that all the way to the wall. One bounce. One hand, one bounce all the way to the wall. That's just so impressive. So impressive how strong that is. It's crazy. All right, total bases all time for a single postseason in 2020. Randy Rizzarino got 26, and Vlad's sitting here with 20. Yeah, they're talking about Vlad Guerrero Sr. was all-time Expos player in the Hall of Fame, and now his son in Toronto is doing some good stuff for the Blue Jays, calling him Canadian royalty. All right, well, we got Bo Bichette up. Vlad on second, 2 out. Yamamoto's first pitch in, curveball. Gets it in for strike. Counts 0-1. On the way, fastball up. He's able to hold up and take it for a ball. Evens the count at 1-1. So how you guys doing, Priscilla and Sands? You get done trick or treating there, Sands? Get that all squared away. Get you a bunch of candy. How are you feeling, Priscilla? Oh, I guess Sands, you probably weren't going for candy. You would have showed up at my house. I had here you go. I got it right here for you. I got chocolate, or I got some ketchup for you. Ketchup packets. 2-1 on the way. Bichette fouls it off. Oh, okay. How are you doing, though, Priscilla? Doing okay? Yeah, we got a 2-2 on the way to Bichette. See if Yamamoto can get around that 2-out double. Fastball high. Full count, 3-2. Full count, 3-2, 2 outs. Varsho's on deck. Bichette was able to get on. 3-2 on the way. Fastball up. He was able to foul that straight back. Keep himself alive. Oh my gosh. Man, I just hope that you get that all figured out and squared away, and they can leave you alone with all that. So sorry to hear. Prayers for you, for sure. Thanks for stopping by. I know that you're not feeling too good. I appreciate you stopping by. Well, Bichette was able to get that in for a walk. Now you got 2 on, 2 out. Oh yeah, no, I mean, wife's got diabetes, and we ended up having to get one of those automatic monitors because it was completely just destroying her fingers and all that jazz. So I definitely understand what you're going through. So sorry. Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, for sure. They don't have her on those. They don't have my wife on those injections, but I mean, you poke yourself with anything, it sucks. All right, split her down. Uh, evens up the count at 1-1. You got Toronto fans just praying in the stands. You got a ball that bounces up the first baseline, goes foul. Makes the count 1-2, 2 outs. Game 7, if it's necessary, it'll be tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern. All right, 1-2 on the way. Fastball down, got him, gets around that. That 2-out double and walks. I really don't do NBA too much. I'm not really that passionate about NBA. I'm more passionate about college basketball. And what I see is after football, I will get more into the college tournaments to include March Madness. So I think that's kind of where I'm going to live with basketball. And then probably after March Madness, maybe get into some of the good games in the NBA. But yeah, I don't really have the passion for basketball like Little Two Dice or other folks. I wouldn't even necessarily even know how to call a basketball game, to be quite honest. Oh, nice. Yeah, see, I like Embiid because he used to play for Kansas University, so I'm a Kansas fan, so I'm partial to the 76ers, I'm partial to OKC, partial to Boston. You got KU players that played at Salt Lake City. I'm just kind of I am the oddball when it comes to basketball in that way. One of those things. I'd much rather play basketball than watch it. And I'm not very good at playing basketball either. So there you go. Yeah, like I said, I like. I'm sure I'm going to do some college ball throughout the season. It's just kind of hard for me to get off work on time to get to do lives when the game starts. But no, I like college basketball for sure. So I'm sure I'm going to do some college basketball. Uh, a lot of the Big 12s are on Monday, so end up making the choice for football or basketball. Um, but I will definitely be doing some March Madness content um, and some content with the championship uh, tournaments, and then get into NBA when I do. It's mostly when the playoffs start. We start getting down into the finals and the playoffs, and I'll probably do some of those games too in the future. All right, you got Muncie flew out to the right fielder, to Barger, first out, top of the 7th inning. So looks like Yamamoto will be coming out. Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure. All sports. Well, I'm a all-around sports fanatic. So not only do I like watching it and watching it on TV, I also like to play it. You know, I've played basketball. I played baseball. I play football, golf. Um, and I like to watch all of them, really. Hockey. She ain't evil, Sands. Take it easy on her. Yeah, you don't want to mess around her. You won't get your trick or treat I have sitting here for you. I've been waiting for you to stop by. I got your trick or treat ready right here. But you'll get tricks if you keep acting up. All right, you got Kiki Hernandez coming up to the plate. I missed 5 pitches here, and now it's a full count, 1 out. Full count on the way. Knuckle curve from Varland. Oh, a knuckler. This guy throws a knuckleball. Fouls it off down the third base line. Fastball right down the pipe. He was just looking. He didn't even try to swing at that 3-2 pitch. Struck him right out. 2 down here in the top of the 7th. I don't know. They're talking about Ohtani for some reason. I don't know what they're talking about. Varland starts Edman off with the changeup. One and 0. You got a fastball taken outside for 2 and 0. Knuckle curve. Edman swung right over for strike 1. Counts 2-1. These this Varland, he's got him a pretty good pitch there. Fastball. I mean, he hit that knuckle curve and then have that fastball right behind it. I mean, it's a difference of damn near 40 miles an hour difference. How could you even get ready for that? 2-2 pitch on the way. Change up outside, taken for a ball. So 3-2 on the way. Knuckle curve popped up right to center fielder, and that's the end of the seventh. We got a stretch. Dodgers are up 3-1 here at the middle of the seventh. Stretch time. Oh, there. Uh-oh. Yeah, it looks like Gabs is having a lot of fun over there. Having people show up and do a split screen. That's fun. Seeing everybody we've been chatting with for a long time. She needs to put it up. She needs to put a thing on who she's talking to. That way, so I can't have sound. But I don't even know who she's talking to. Some of the people I know because I subscribe to their channel when they swap over, but that's fun. Oh, I'll be right back, guys. I gotta get my charger. My phone's starting to die. Still on commercial. Bottom of the seventh. Oh, that bullpen of the Dodgers has actually got up. They ended up sitting at Yamamoto. He is I'm gonna try to. No, I'm gonna probably destroy this guy's last name, but Robrowski. There's a new pitcher for the Dodgers. Kirk's up to bat. Got first pitch was a curveball for a ball. You had two fastballs in for a strike. Counts 1 and 2. How did I get into doing lives? Or, really it's Gabs and Jimmy, right? I watch those guys and how fun it is interacting with people, talking to whoever, wherever. And to myself, I'm passionate about sports. It's just like BSing with people at at a restaurant or any kind of public place. So the way I feel like I'm just sitting at a big, call it a sports bar. I'm just sitting at a sports bar here at my kitchen table talking to anybody and everybody about sports. So that's kind of how that's why I got into it. I mean, believe it or not, I'll sit here and talk to myself if no one's here. I talk to myself about sports and pretty much react. And yeah, that's why I got into it. Really not too scared about going on camera. I'm on camera all the time for work um, with different people and all kinds of different stuff. So I really don't have any too much of an issue with that. So yeah, there's no reason to be scared. You just as long as you surround yourself by a good community and you have good people out there and good mods, yeah, you're right there with it. Yet, yeah, Little Two Dice, yeah, another inspiration. Little Two Dice out there doing his baseball content, and I saw how passionate he was about his sports and his teams, and I have the same passion for my team. So, they're all just this great little community that we got built up. Um, is really where it's at. Yeah, no reason to be scared about going on camera, right? I mean, it's I put myself on camera and I'm not. Yeah, well, I'm probably not the most camera ready person either, but I'm also to the really don't give a damn what anybody else thinks. If they don't want to see me on live, well then don't look. Really is how I feel about it. All right, I missed sitting here gabbing. I missed there was a double that got hit. There is 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th, but Toronto does have a batter on second. I'm sure that it was all in a loving manner, Priscilla. I'm sure. Warbolowski just threw him a fastball. Counts 0-2. You got Springer on deck, ready to come up. Maybe, but you know that he ain't hating on you, that's for sure. But hey, hell, it's sometimes a lot of fun when haters come in and want to talk junk. Well, just talk junk right back to them. All right, I got a 1-2 count here. 2 outs. Pitch slider outside for a ball. Evens up this count at 2-2. Two count on the way. Fastball fouls it back. We'll have to do 2-2 again. Man, Toronto's got to get a run or so in, especially when they keep getting these people on second. They have got to do something. Menez is ready. Struck him out. Strands the runner at second. No runs scored. Still 3-1 Dodgers going into the 8th inning. Yeah. Yep. I would say that we're probably going to a game 7, to be quite honest. I can't quite call it just yet. The Dodgers definitely have a bullpen that is rocky and definitely have given up some runs. But, you know, hell, they did get through that 18 innings without giving up any runs. So maybe they can get through these two without giving up 2 runs. All right, I got a commercial break here. All right, starts the 8th off for Rojas. Garland throws him a curveball. First pitch flies out way to right field. They got manager of the Blue Jays coming out to make a pitching change. Otani's on his way up and he heading to the pen. So back to the commercials. was a weird commercial. All right, finally back from the commercial. You know, showing some Halloween costumes around the stadium. A couple guys dressed up as Vikings. All right, we got uh, Mason Fluharty coming up out of the pin. The face Ohtani starts it off with the curveball inside. Ohtani takes it for ball one. Second pitch is another curveball that Ohtani fouls off at the third base. All right, still 1-1 count on the way. Fastball. Ooh, that was a great pitch. Fastball up and in, cutter up and in, right on his hands. Get the part of the zone and swung right underneath of it. 1-2 pitch. 1 out. Curveball, sweeper, way outside. Even up the count to 2-2. Another sweeper, but Ohtani goes down to get it. Oh my God, he damn near hit that thing out. Another little single hand, hold the hand, one hand, takes a complete double, stand-up double all the way to the wall. I mean, that thing was almost touching the plate when he hit it. Way into the bottom of the zone, and he's muscled it all the way out to the center field wall. Right into the gap. Yeah, that was perfect. Just perfect. It looks like they just intentionally walked Smith. So now at the top of the 8th, 1 out, 2 on. First and second with Freddie Freeman coming up to the plate. Fluharty just threw a cutter for a ball. Makes it a 1-0 count. One and 0 on the way. Another cutter gets into the zone that time for strike 1. Evens the count at 1-1. Freeman, mile high, deep, just short of the track. Ohtani holds up at second. He probably could have made it. It was a bad throw. But still 2 on, but now there's 2 out. Mookie's up to the plate. Got his first RBIs of this series just in the 3rd inning. Catcher want to make sure that they're all right. Goes out and does a mound visit with the pitcher. Well, it looks like they were just trying to kill enough time so the guy could get warmed up in the pen. Manager came out and did another pitching change. So here we are waiting for these commercials again. Man, they make that food look so good. But I know it's not. It doesn't taste good and it's not good for you, but man, do they make it look good. All right. Let's see if Mookie can have some more RBI magic here. Got Dominguez coming up out of the bullpen. Mookie's at the plate. Runners still on first and second with 2 out. Dominguez starts with him out with a sweeper in for the strike zone, for strike 1. Sir Anthony Dominguez is a pitcher for Blue Jays. Fastball outside, taken for a ball, 1-1. Yeah. Well, they are tonight, that's for damn sure. Looks like we're going to have to go to Game 7 to figure out who's going to win this series, little 2 dice. 1-1 on the way. Fastball inside. Betts fouls it off. Makes the count 1-2. All right, 1-2 on the way. Sweeper outside, taken for a ball. Now it's 2-2. Evens the count up, 2-2. Yeah, Mookie's waiting for that perfect pitch. 2-2 on the way. Curveball outside. Checks his swing. Makes it a full count. That means the runners will get a opportunity to run with the pitch. Could very easily, with the 1 run or 1 single, get a run in and batter runner at third to third. Runners take their leads, they take off. Mookie takes ball 4. Wow, I thought that was a strike. Let's see the replay on that. No, it was high. It was just a good frame job by the pitcher to bring it down into the zone, but yeah. Now we got the bases loaded with 2 outs. Yeah, bases loaded with 2 outs. Mookie was able to get that all the way in for a walk. We got Hernandez swinging trying to put the ball all the way to LA. He swung out of his shoes on that one for the first strike of the at bat, 0-1. Hernandez pitching on the way, sweeper outside. He was able to check his swing on that, control his emotions, and now it's an even count of 1-1. Hernandez is 0 for 3 career-wise against Dominguez here. Oh, that was. I know he didn't put it where he wanted to with that fastball. It went way inside, but Hernandez swung right into it. There was no way he was going to hit that ball. Now it's 1-2. Looks like the catcher called a timeout. There, he blows that fastball right by him. So there's a strikeout to end the inning. Dodgers are still not doing well with the bases loaded in this World Series. They strand 3, but still lead 3-1. Hey, what's going on, Wrestling World? How you doing? Thanks for joining. Yep. Let's see. It's going to the bottom of the 8th inning. Hey, what's going on, Sands? How you doing? Welcome back. I appreciate you coming back. Yeah, we're just in a commercial break in between the half inning here. Going into the bottom of the 8th. Dodgers had an opportunity to score some runs, but they decided not to. Still 3-1. And that's it. I'm out at the eat your Thanksgiving or your Halloween treat right here on stream. You keep calling her Evil Machine. I don't know who would be a bigger punishment for that. Sans someone eating ketchup, or her watching somebody eat ketchup. Yeah, I know that them chicken fingers at Wendy's don't look like that. All right, bottom of the 8th, you got a new pitcher coming up. Sasaki out of the pen. He starts off Springer with the splitter for over for strike 1. Roki Osaki. Second pitch on the way. Fastball up. Ooh, damn near hit him. Springer had to get on the ground and get out of the way of that one. Probably should have let it hit him. Get on base. That's 2-0 to Springer. 100-mile-an-hour fastball. He gets it up there by his hands. And that was in there for a strike. But, dang, this guy doesn't look like he should be throwing 100 miles an hour. Little short, skinny guy up there chucking it 100 miles an hour. I guess it really does. I guess that's the point, is its technique. Oh, 100 mile an hour, and he's got him a killer curveball. Throws it 100 miles an hour and throws a curveball at 86. Oh, he pokes that right up the first base line. I don't know how it didn't go foul. Right past Freddie Freeman into the outfield for a lead off. No, not a lead off. I think there's one out. Oh, no, that was a leadoff for a leadoff single. So now you got Blue Jays on first. Luke's is coming up to bat. He's 0 for 3 tonight. But he did reach in on an error in the first. Man, this Sasaki fella, he's I can't believe he's throwing 100 mile an hour. He doesn't look like he doesn't look like he's much taller than, barely over 5 foot. He doesn't look very built, but man, he's just chucking it up there 100 mile an hour. Splitter way outside. Counts 2-1. Yeah, they're getting fired up there in Toronto, trying to root their team on to try to get this win here tonight. I don't think they want to see a Game 7. Saki outside. Ball counts as 3-1. You got Vlad Guerrero Jr. On deck. Three and one on the way. Fastball. 98 mile an hour, top of the zone. He'd taken all day for a strike. Makes the count full, 3-2. Another fastball up in the zone. He pops him up to center field. Not quite to the warning track, and out for the first out. So Vlad Jr. up to the plate. Yeah, he represents a tying run here in the 8th inning. That was a splitter that he got over for a strike. Strike one. Vlad's 1 for 3 tonight with the double in the 6th. Oh, 1 on the way. Another splitter. This time it's down. He took it for a ball. 1-1 count. One on the way. Another splitter. Vlad swings right over that one for a strike. It'd be 1-2. Man, that is just a... It looks exactly the same coming out of his hands, the same angle, same all. One goes 100 miles an hour and one goes 80. Oh, I thought he got him on that. Another split finger. Oh, that hit paint. That hit paint. That was a strike for all day. So he called it a ball, 2-2. Another split, but is that a foul ball right at the plate? Must have just got it. Looks like he barely got it, and it went right off of his foot. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it bounced more than a swing. Oh, up and in with a splitter. Full count, 3-2. Fastball. Took it for a walk. They didn't really want to mess with Vlad Guerrero Jr. too much. So now it's first and second, one down. Pitcher coach coming out to with his interpreter to talk to Sasaki. Looks like there may be a batter pinch hitter coming up. And I taught him about how they Toronto Blue Jays pretty much grew their whole team as young people. And now it's finally starting to pay off. Vlad's trying to coach Brissett. Stay calm, calm down. First pitch on the way. Splitter in the dirt. Catcher was able to stop it enough to where they didn't advance the runners. Brichette's 1 for 2 tonight. Also got on the air and he got a single earlier. 1-0 on the way. Strike. Right down the middle. 97 mile an hour. I know that is... it's hard to think that just to throw 3 straight fastballs when you throw 97 miles an hour. But, man, just trust your speed. Throw it. The splitter. Popped it up. Going to foul territory. Mookie Betts is there. Makes the catch and foul ground. Gets the ball in the infield to make sure the runners don't advance. But that is 2 outs. And that thing, Mookie went a long way, and once he went back to third to get that ball, I did not want to leave it open to where Springer could move from second to third. So here we are, still first and second, but now we have 2 outs. We got Dalton Varsho coming up. First pitch on the way. A splitter. Oh, bounced away from the catcher. He was able to get it. He was able to get it before the runners advanced. He was... If it would have went the other way, probably. If it would have went up the first baseline, Springer probably would have went, but it almost bounced to the third baseman. There wouldn't have been not much of a throw by the time we got to it. All right, 0-1 pitch on the way. Fastball outside, 100 miles an hour. Ball 1. One and one pitch on the way. Splitter. That's just so crazy watching it go from 100 mile an hour to 84 to 86 to just all the different speeds that this guy's throwing is just unbelievable, crazy. So 2-1. Pitch on the way. Another 86 right to Rojas at second. Gets it over to Freeman for first to get around that leadoff single. Dodgers still lead 3-1 going to the ninth inning. Dodgers are looking to add a couple runs here to make it a little bit tougher for them, but the Blue Jays are down to 3 outs. Yeah, Dodgers are down to 3 outs. I'm sorry, not Dodgers. Blue Jays are down to 3 outs. It's been a long week. All right, come on now. Let's get back to this game here. Let's get back to this game. I've seen enough commercials. I've seen enough commercials. Yeah, they're back to showing people that's got you got costumes on for tonight. Oh, there's Mario and Luigi. At Fred Flintstone. All right. All right, you got Muncy up to the plate. Little curveball makes it in for a strike. Cutter way out of the zone. Muncy tried to stop his swing, but he kept on going for strike 2. You got Bassett up to the mound, trying to get it, make this a quick 9th inning. 0-2 count. Another cutter. Called it a sinker. Sinker pitch. Muncy was able to foul it off under the third baseline. All right. 0-2 on the way. Sinker down. Muncy was able to hold off and take a ball. Gets the count to 1-2. Yeah, they're talking about how These 3 runs are almost as much as the Dodgers have scored in the whole series. They've only scored 4 runs this whole series. In Game 6, 1 inning, they got almost matched their whole output. All right, Muncy got out on that one. You got Kiki Hernandez coming up to the plate. He takes a sweeper away for ball 1. All right, 1-0 on the way. Sinker up in the middle, or inside in the middle. That Kiki was able to foul off, but it is evens the count at 1-1. 1-1 on the way. Little sinker. Kiki swung at and missed. It is a 1-2 count. Top of the 9th inning. Dodgers are up 3-1 over the Blue Jays. And they got down to the last little bit. That was a sweeper. Kiki Hernandez swung and missed for out number 2 here in the 9th inning. So, Blue Jays pitchers, Pat Bassett's trying to make it a quick inning here. Get the bottom of the lineup out of there. You got Edman, number 8 hitter, coming up. First pitch on the way. It's a sinker, getting it out, and it's a foul ball. He had some pretty good distance on it, just a little bit early. You need to straighten that out not even 2 feet, and that would have been off the wall. But Tommy Edmonds went 1 for 3 tonight. He's got a double in the 3rd and scored 1 of the runs. So 0-1 pitch on the way. Fastball up and in, and now he hit that down the first baseline. So now it's 0-2. You sit it on both sides of the field. Now he just needs to hit it into the field. All right, we got 0-2 on the way from Bassett to Edman. Fastball way outside. Makes the count 1-2. There we go again. I want the 1-2. Bassett to Edman. Fastball right up the middle, right to shortstop. Gets it over to the first for the final out of the 9th inning. This could be, this is the Toronto's last chance here. Last chance in the bottom of the 9th inning to avoid a Game 7. And it is 3-1. They have to score 2 runs here in the bottom of the 9th, or it is going to Game 7. Reading the small print. Yeah, you got allergies? Well, hell, you take this medicine, but you're going to have flu symptoms, sinus allergies, bloody nose. You got to tell your doctor if you got to take a vaccine. All kinds of different stuff. There's some days of my allergies I just don't even want to hang. But I think I'd much rather deal with the allergies than dealing with some of the side effects that they're telling me on the dang medicine. All right. Now they're showing previews to Fox shows coming up, so hopefully that means they're getting back to the game. You know, talking about how game 2, Yakamoto got him a complete game and the win. How he almost started game 3, or was in game 3 on that 18 inning. And here he is tonight. Didn't quite get a complete game, but it's held the Dodgers to only 1 run. 6 innings pitched, 5 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts. And now let's see if his bullpen can hold it off and get him that win. Blue Jays are bringing up Alejandro Kirk. Face. Wonder who's up. Wonder who's up from the bullpen. And brought in Clayton Kershaw. No, they got Kasaki out there again. Pitch another inning. 99-mile-an-hour fastball right down the middle for strike 1. Man, I am just really impressed with this Sasaki. He's got a weird motion, real high leg kick. But all of his pitches looked exactly the same coming out of his hand. It's really kind of crazy. Dodgers have some backup in the bullpen warming up in case Kasaki can't hold it down. Oh, hit Kirk. Hit him right in the hand. He was leaning over the plate and got that pitch right off his hand. But they have the... Oof, yeah, that hit him right on the wrist. 100-mile-an-hour fastball right to the wrist. Whew. That's trainers are coming out to take a look at him. Oh, that might have hurt him pretty good. They're actually putting I don't know if it's a byproduct of the hit or the fact it's maybe the speed, but they just put a pinch runner out for him, out to first base. So you got 1 on, 1 out, 1 out, or 1 on, no out. Sasaki's pitching to Barger. First pitch, fastball. Barger fouls it back for strike 1. You got a splitter outside taken for ball 1, so evens the count at 1-1. You got Clement on deck. 99-mile-an-hour fastball. Barger pops it up to the right field, and it just out of play in the first row of foul territory. Just stays alive. If it was the olden days and they didn't have that net up, I'm sure that the left fielder would have got that ball. But with that net up, there's no way for him to get to it. All right, so now we got a 1-2 count. Nobody down. Guy on first. Ooh, that's outside. Splitter outside. Taken. So 2-2 is the count. Sasaki takes that 99-mile-an-hour fastball, gets it to, oh, what the hell are they doing? Like, so that was a fastball that they completely just knocked the crud out of it. And okay, I was gonna say are they calling it back? I mean, just a massive line drive right out to center field. The ball goes right underneath the wall, under the padding. And normally, when that happens, that should be a ground rule double. But the umpire, or yeah, the umpires are letting them just keep running, and they almost gave them the inside the park home run. But they made the correct call. The guys are now second and third. Nobody out. Still 3-1. So they got tying runs out on the base paths right now. Winning runs at the plate. Nobody out, and here comes Dave Roberts for pitching change. Going to go get Glasnow. Sasaki got 33 pitches in, but yeah, he just couldn't quite get this one up. But man, is it a pressure cooker for Glasnow. Nobody out, 2 on. Down, or 2-run lead. Oof. A bomb could tie this. A bomb could tie this. Or win it. A home run can just completely just win the Blue Jays a World Series. Man. Well, I guess that'd save me from having to do it live tomorrow. Yep, could save me from having to do a live tomorrow. But yeah, if it's Game 7, I'm doing a live. Ain't no doubt about it. Yeah, talking about the flashback. 93 World Series. When Joe Carter hit the walk-off home run. I think that was even against the 93 World Series. I think that was against Atlanta Braves. One of the last back-to-back World Series champions from 92 and 93. But they really don't necessarily win the World Series in 92. That was a year short and strike. So all right, first pitch, little pop up to second base. Runners do not advance, so now it's still second and third with one out. Clement just hit that one right off his handle and right up to the second baseman. You know, you got Jimenez up with two out. Glasgow sends him a little curveball, high in the zone, taken for ball one. Jimenez is 0 for 3 tonight. He's done a strikeout, a flyout, and oh my gosh. Oh, and he doubled him up. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, guys. That is craziness. Right fielder Kiki Hernandez comes flying in on this line drive and caught it on the slide. Second baseman was all the way down the line to head into third, and that he caught him and got him before the tag up. So that caused a double play, ball game over, and yeah, we're going to Game 7. Toronto wins this game 3-1. Yep, Toronto wins this game 3-1. Series tied 3-3. We have to have a Game 7. Yeah, and they're trying to see if he can challenge or anything like that. Dodgers saved their season. Wow. Yeah, no, they're trying to do a bit of replay, but no, I'm not allowing them to. All right, well, there you go, man. Game 6. On the way to Game 7. We will thank you all for stopping by here and listening to me talk a little bit of baseball, and appreciate all the support and the likes. And we will see you all tomorrow. Thank you again for stopping by. We'll talk to you later. Goodbye.